Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Abu Muneer Ismail Davids, CEO of National Zakat Foundation. Today, I would just like to share with you our experience and the support we've been providing for refugees and asylum seekers in Australia since 2013 and up till today. This week is Refugee Week, and we often ask, why do we have things like Refugee Week or Mental Health Week or Mental Health Day? They even have Hamburger Day. But for the refugees and asylum seekers, this is an opportunity for the world to pause for a moment and think and reflect on the challenges and the needs of this cohort of the human nation. My brothers and sisters, when we think about refugees and asylum seekers, we often, I know from anecdotal, from when we meet people within Australia and discussing people or the cases we help, we get this impression of certain things. And when it comes to refugees and asylum seekers, most people often think that, these people came here illegally, these are people that don't deserve our care, these are people that don't deserve to be here, they're taking things away from us. But just for a moment, I want you to reflect on some of the statistics I have in front of me. An unprecedented 70.8 million people have been forcibly displaced worldwide, and 37,000 people are forced to flee their homes every day due to conflict or persecution. That is amazing numbers. This is worldwide. But in Australia, do you know how many people are in detention? So let me first start by telling you what is the difference between refugee and asylum seeker. A refugee is a person who flees their country because of threat or persecution, either due to war, famine or disasters, and can't return to their home country safely. An asylum seeker, often labeled as an illegal immigrant, basically is a person who enters a country without meeting the legal requirements. So people come on holiday visas, or people come in different visas and then they stay and claim that they can't go back to their country. So this is the slight difference between the two. However, at the end of the day, my brothers and sisters, these are human beings. These are people that need assistance. There's no people leave their homes to seek a better life. Wouldn't you always wanted to have the same thing for your family, seeking a better life? So my first request from our Muslim brothers and sisters is not to judge the asylum seekers or the refugees. We have many people that need our help. So how many of these people are actually Muslim? So when they are, well, probably not a lot. Unfortunately, most of the countries where people run away from or where there's problems are Muslim countries. Not all of them are, but majority of them are. So let me give you some numbers. As of April 2021 in Australia, the total number of people in detention is 1,640, 1,440 in detention centres across Australia, and 192 in residence detention, which means they are in detention but they are staying in homes. Now, where are all these people from? 171 from New Zealand, 157 from Iran, 85 from Vietnam, 74 from India, about 70 from Sri Lanka, 68 from Iraq, 65 from Sudan, 50 from Afghanistan, about 60 from Pakistan, over 600 from Rohingya, 19 from Somalia, and 30 from others. So the total number of that is 1640. Almost 80% of them are Muslim. Reflect on that for a moment. Now these are people in detention. These are not people we're actually helping because we can't get to them. How many of these are women? Total number of women are 186. And the number of children, wait for it, 213 are children. Imagine if your children grew up in this type of environment. Now let me come back to what NZF is doing and what we've been doing over the last so many years. So NZF alone have helped. So we're talking about the refugees and asylum seekers who are out in the community, who are not in detention. A lot of times people on different visas, bridging visas, temporary protection visas, and the government lets them out to stay in the community, but they are not allowed to work. So you wonder, how do these people actually survive? They might say, oh, the government pays them. Some of them A family gets $573 a fortnight for those who are on a visa that the government allows. Okay, you can stay for the time being while your case is being heard. But for the rest of them, some people have absolutely nothing, no income. So within NZF, in this particular program that we and the people that we help in this particular thing is what I'm trying to highlight in this Refugee Week. 1,078 of asylum seeking refugees that we've helped over the last so many years. The scary part about this, my brothers and sisters, is that 634 are female and only 444 are male. So you might think when you think of refugees, asylum seekers, you often don't reflect and think about the fact that there are so many of our sisters that is caught up in this. Now our problem, the question you might ask, you don't care because you do wonder why they got there. That's not for us as a Zakat organization. That is not our responsibility to worry or to question them. How did they get here? Why did they get here? We know they are here now and they need our help. So this is the help that we've been providing them, including rental assistance where they have rental. Most of them food, medical assistance. We have a system where we provide them an ongoing money where they can provide for their children, where they can have food until their cases are heard. So many of these are not sure whether they can stay in the country, so they're gone for years. Some have been in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They're struggling to go through the system. And while they are waiting, they are struggling and they can't make ends meet with this kind of money. This is where NZF is absolutely front and center in helping some of these communities. There are many other organizations that's helping in this area, but we cannot continue to put our head in the sand and say these brothers and sisters don't need our help. So in this month or this week of Refugee Week, I'm urging our fellow Muslims to just take a moment to reflect the plight of our fellow Muslims and the general humanity about those who have come to this country to seek a better life. Isn't it something that you would want for your family or your children? So, Jazakallah khairan to our brothers and sisters who've been supporting us and continue to support us in providing us their zakah and sadaqah money so we can continue the work on the front line and taking care of this category of our fellow Muslims. And we are saying, the team at NZF this week, we have seen at least 2 or 3 refugees coming through our door for further help. And every week we're working with different organizations to try, because we do not have the capacity in some of the aspects of help they need. Legal help, we can't help with that. We have partners that we refer them on, but the type of money that's needed for these sorts of things are very costly. So within NZF, we try to provide them with some food, with some shelter wherever possible, and just in addition to that, just to show them that their Muslim brothers and sisters are here to help them and give them a sense of hope for the future for them and their families. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.